So you can see that even though we had our tanks cleaned, we've still picked up some filth.
I didn't see it anyway, so it doesn't matter. We got the idea.
Rubbish there. Just sound your horn. Sound the horn.
Clear.
Yeah.
So there we go, that's us round the bend, so to speak. Haywood Bridge 109, which you'll possibly be able to see at the front now. There's a hire boat yard just at the right hand side here.
On the way to Wolverhampton. Sign.
Yeah. Wolverhampton. Morning mate, you alright?
Morning.
Do you have an Nelson that we can use?
Do it on the way by.
Get you on the way back. That's alright then, isn't it?
Yeah.
So this is our final resting place for today, Tixall Wide. We're just on the end, there's a few boats moored up ahead, so we decided to pull in at the first opportunity. From here in we're going to hang about for the weekend, I think, and then decide on plans for next week over the weekend. His mum's a gammy. Yeah, we're getting peace with him battling outside that boat all night, aren't we?
Must have lost some of the brood. They only got 4, haven't they?
You're a gammy, aren't you? Morning everybody, we are Tixall Wide still, been here a couple of days, going to stay here for a couple more. We've got Dan and Ailey coming to see us on Thursday. However, it's service time for the engine, so I'm just starting to clear out the engine room. I'm going to take the engine room boards out, and then we need to do oil and filters, fuel filters, etc. I've managed to dig all the stuff out. Oh, you can see Mrs. Machin stood in front of it all when I'm trying to film it. So we're going to start that job now. So that's the engine floorboards out, and I'm just running the engine now to warm it up so the oil is nice and thin and ready to drain. Everything engine looking pretty good under there, needs a bit of a sweep up, there's dust, but apart from that it's looking good. We'll take the opportunity to check the lead acid batteries, make sure the fluids are alright in them, check all the battery connections as well, change the gearbox oil, change the engine oil, change the fuel filters, check the air filter. I'm not changing it this time, but yeah, so good opportunity, get it all done. It'll be good. It's 250 hours, so we do it every 250 hours. That's it warmed through. First job is to pump out the engine oil with this pump to get the thick of it out, and then we'll try the electric pump in order to drain the final dregs and the gearbox. Right, I'm just using this electric pump to suck the gearbox oil out. So you can see the pump. To be fair, I think I've got most of it already. So I'm just using this filter tool just to loosen the oil filter. So that to the point where I can free it by hand. It just gives you a bit of better purchase. It's quite a handy tool. It was with the boat actually when we got it. So, and then that's it. I've got a container underneath because unfortunately there is no way of doing this without making a god awful mess. Or at least if there is, I haven't figured it out yet. It pours oil all over the place. Just let it drain for a bit. And I think that's the best way of getting most of it out without getting it all over the shore. Seems to have drained for the most part. So, going to replace the oil filter, genuine Yanmar parts. Only the best for Tommy. So we just got to moisten the seal a little bit with oil. A bit of the old oil will be fine. And then thread it back on there. And then we'll just use the tool to snug it up. We don't need to go mad, it just needs to be snugged up. So just topping the gearbox oil off first. Again, we're using the genuine Shire oils. We're lucky that the gearbox oil takes the same grade of oil as the engine, and it needs about 1.4 litres, so we're currently showing on 3 litres in this jug, so I can pour in a good litre I think. And the engine takes 7.4 litres, so we need to coax 7 litres of oil into the engine. So I think what I'll do, this is a 5 litre drum, so we'll chuck the first 5 litres in on block, and then we'll start figuring out what we need to do afterwards. Certainly getting close now. I think we'll start it at that and just watch the oil pressure come up, and then we can give it another little tickle if we're not happy. Check for leaks on the oil filter, etc. So the oil pressure warning light has now gone out. Not see any obvious signs of leaks yet. So for diesel filters, Tommy's got two diesel filters. There's a pre-filter here, and then a secondary filter here, which is a cartridge type. This one's an element. So we're going to split this one off first. Change out the element. A little look at the muck on the filter, so you can see that even though we had our tanks cleaned, we've still picked up some filth. So it was definitely ready for doing. So I've replaced the O-ring on the spigot. I've replaced the rubber seal in the top. So now we're going to offer in the new filter, and we change the rubber seal on the top of the screw and offer that back together. Next job is to bleed the air out of it, so just going to tighten up the drain plug that we drained it with. Okay, let's fill that one up. We can nip that back off again. For this one we're going to use the tool again, just to crack it, catch whatever falls out of it, which will be copious quantities of diesel again. So while we're under here, I figured we'd just double check all batteries. So we've got the starter battery, this is the lead acid for the leisure group, and then these are the 3 lithium batteries that we've got. Basically just checking that all terminals are tight, which they are. Checking for any signs of anything getting hot. Checking the terminals on the shunts, which all look good. and then the only other thing I'm going to do is, because this leisure lead acid, which is part of the hybrid system, stays pretty much full 100% of the time, I just want to make sure that it's not boiling off the electrolyte in it. So I'm going to pop the tops off and check it, and if necessary top it up with distilled water. Right, I've got the top off of it, and I think generally they look alright. There might be a couple of low ones, so I'm just going to add a little bit of distilled water just to be on the safe side, but they're not hugely bad. So yeah, I've topped the electrolyte up. It's not bad. This is a sealed battery, so that we don't need to do anything with that. There's nothing we can do with it. There are no signs of any terminals getting hot. Everything seems tight, electrically sound, so happy with all of that. Morning everybody.
Morning.
We're on a quick turnabout to get down to some services at Great Haywood Junction.
And it's raining, as you can see.
It's raining. We've had a few days at Tixall Wide. It's been fantastic.
Yeah.
But we've got some family coming to visit for a day, and we want to be down near Great Haywood. We also need to fill the water and tanks and what have you. So we're up earlier than normal, to be honest. Hopefully we're not making too much of a nuisance of ourselves.
No, the boat's already come past us, haven't they?
Yeah, one's come down already, so we're just going to saunter down here. It's only half a mile or so. Get on the water dock. That's job one, and then we've got to hopefully find a mooring in the area there. And then so we're doing all of half a mile's cruise, and then getting the dry hopefully.
Really? Because it isn't cold, but
No, it's fine.
it's very wet.
It is moist.
And we forecast it all day, heavy rain all day today, so.
Yeah. So we'll get down there, and
The good
that'll be that,
news is we're closer to the pub
really. Yeah.
and closer to the farm shop.
Yes, we indulged in a pint the other day.
And very nice it was too.
It was. And there might have to be another one. No, all good. Anyway, we'll probably not get much chance to film anything until we get there, so I'll talk to you later. Morning everybody. So this is where we've been just for the last couple of nights at Great Haywood Junction. The junction itself is just up there